Hey, what's up guys? I hope you're all keeping nice and cool during these hot summer days weather. It's been really hot. It's been over 90 degrees, close to 100 where I'm from. So yeah, be safe out there. But alright, as you know, Summer Games Fest and the Nintendo Direct happened this past week and a couple weeks ago. So we've pretty much gone through all the major gaming news this month. And Sonic Central has essentially been canceled. I made a community post about, we might get a Sonic Central or we might not. I wasn't 100% sure on that, but Sega officially announced that they are done with Sonic Centrals and it's canceled, which I'm not surprised because Sonic Centrals have been going on a downward spiral for years now. The best one is the very first one that came out in 2021. A lot of announcements, that one. And that also has the highest views for Sonic Central. It has 1 million views, whereas the other ones have like 700-ish thousand views. Remember, the first Sonic Central is when we had the announcements of Sonic Colors Ultimate, first sneak peek trailer of Sonic Frontiers. Man, it was so much things they revealed in that Central. And remember, this was coming off a very long drought of Sonic because of the pandemic. So we all loved that Central. Even IGN was covering it. And since then, Sega has never been able to recapture that magic. So I think it's only fair that they just retire Sonic Central and find something else to do. I always thought that they should make it a Sega Central presentation where they, announce and showcase all things Sega instead of just focusing on Sonic, but whatever. There's still a couple things I want to cover, so let me get to all of that. But before I do, be sure to smash the like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, so first of all, there was an article on Sonic X Shadow Generations that came out a couple of days ago. It was about Shadow. So it's basically the synopsis of the story of Shadow Generations and Doom's motive. It appears to me that Shadow Generations is going to happen around the same time as Sonic Generations. So I don't think Shadow Generations happens after the events of Sonic Frontiers is what I'm saying. I think it happens the same time as Sonic Generations. So this article was translated from Japanese to English. It says right here, the latest installment featuring the awakening of Dark Hero Shadow's dark powers. Alright, due to the time-space distortions created by the mysterious Time Eater creature, the stories of Sonic and Shadow each begin to unfold. So Shadow Generations, a completely new high-speed action-adventure game featuring the Dark Hero Shadow who wields the power of darkness. In the completely new Shadow Generations, you can experience a new story and authentic high-speed action with a Dark Hero Shadow as the protagonist. A mysterious shadow targets Shadow, the Black Hedgehog born as the ultimate life form. The evil super being, Black Doom, who once attempted world domination and was defeated by Shadow, rises again. This time, Black Doom plans to conquer the world by obtaining Shadow's power. With his past, new powers, and those he must protect, Shadow's adventure, caught between light and darkness and fighting for the fate of the world, begins. So it looks like Doom wants Shadow as his new vessel to harvest humanity. Since, trying to persuade and gaslight Shadow in his original Shadow the Hedgehog game, that didn't work. So maybe this game is going to be about Shadow embracing his blood and who he is, his origins, in order to reject Doom's control. So that's going to be cool. It's still so surreal that Black Doom is a villain once again. Like, when has a secondary villain ever, returned in a Sonic game for revenge? And I'm not including Sonic Forces. Those were all illusions. They weren't real. But Black Doom is not an illusion. He's real. He actually came back. So I don't know how they're going to do that because I feel like he was completely destroyed and killed off in Shadow the Hedgehog. So this is going to be very interesting. So Shadow has a couple of new special moves here. We've already seen Chaos Control in the, gameplay. But he also has Doom Power, where you can scatter hordes of enemies and dash across water, experiencing actions never before seen. I mean, isn't that just boosting across the water? I mean, Sonic can do that. You don't need Chaos Powers for that. Now, this one, which is the most interesting thing to me, the Hub World. Dash around and explore the white space freely. In Shadow Generations, the story progresses around a freely navigable 3D map called White Space. As you obtain Doom Power, you can access more areas, enjoy conversations with characters, find hidden items, and take on challenges. There's a wealth of elements to enjoy, run around freely, and make the most of exploring every corner of white space. Alright, so it's confirmed. This is completely Sonic Generations gameplay. They got the puzzle challenges, they got characters you talk to, they got hidden items you find. Yo, so a good chunk of the gameplay is going to be in the hub space world. That is great. I cannot wait to play this and unlock. I wonder if the map is going to be like Frontiers, where every challenge you complete, it opens up the map. I know there's some people that didn't like that gameplay style in Frontiers, but that would actually make a lot more sense in Generations, because, you know, both Sonic and Shadow start off in a white space and they add more color to it as they run around. So I hope they bring the exact same type of gameplay style in Frontiers in Generations and just polish it up more, because it makes more sense for it to be in white space. Now this part, I mean, this is about Sonic and Sonic, you know, modern Sonic and classic Sonic, but this one was interesting. It says Sonic Generations, a high-speed action game where two Sonics who should never have met race across dimensions. Just that title just sounds interesting to me. It said two Sonics who should never have met. It almost sounds like regret. Like Sega's like, yo, look guys, we're remastering Sonic Generations. We know that it's a fan favorite. Everybody loves this game. So classic Sonic by default has to be in this game. But we know that the legacy of Sonic Generations is not that great because of classic Sonic being in every single modern Sonic game, just being in every single thing and rehashed since Generations. So it's kind of funny where they put they should never have met, because honestly they should never have, but it worked only in Generations. But it's nice that Sega is acknowledging, you know, the flaws that they've picked up along. You can learn bad things even from good games, like Sonic Colors. The level design philosophy, they implemented it in Sonic Forces, which didn't work, or the Wisp, which have been rehashed and rehashed, and the Wisp only really worked in Colors. And then I've already explained about classic Sonic. Now Generations obviously is the best 3D boost Sonic game in a lot of people's opinions, including my own. But when you go back to play Sonic Generations, we mostly play the modern Sonic levels. That's not saying I don't like playing classic Sonic's levels. I would much rather play through his levels than Werehog. I love classic Sonic's levels. But when I'm going back to replay Generations, I mostly play the modern Sonic levels, which is a huge compliment for the modern Sonic 3D gameplay, because that was the highlight. You know, instead of it being 2D classic, which a lot of us were expecting before the game came out, it was 3D modern Sonic. And one more thing, you know, something to me that's kind of scummy, but a lot of companies practice this so you can pre-order things on different consoles. This whole Shadow Dark Beginnings animation prologue that's coming out before the game comes out. Now you get to actually play it in Sonic Generations, like it's going to play as a cutscene, intro cutscene before you play the game. But it's only going to be available, I think, on the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. So if you get it on Nintendo systems, you know, or Xbox, PC, you're not going to be able to experience the prologue, which is dumb. But at the same time, I don't really care, because you get to watch this on YouTube anyway. You know, mods are going to include this in the PC version. But I just think that's kind of dumb for Sega to do, because we've always been clamoring for them to put these awesome animated shorts in their games. I wanted Sonic Mania Adventures to be in Sonic Mania. I think it is. Or is that in Sonic Origins? I have to go back and check. Yeah, okay, it's in Sonic Origins. Or like, we wanted Sonic Frontiers Prologue Divergence to be in Sonic Frontiers. Or Rise of the Wisps to be in Sonic Colors Ultimate. You know what I'm saying? Or TSR Overdrive. It's just weird that they're not in the games. You have to go to the YouTube channel and watch them. You know, it's all about exposure, and I don't know, Sega's weird when it comes to marketing. Alright, another thing I want to talk about is Sonic Movie 3. Now, I made a post about this in my community notes saying that we are going to get the teaser trailer to Sonic Movie 3 next month. Now, there's some people that are doubting this, but trust me guys, we are definitely getting it next month for two things. Number one, Comic-Con. One of the biggest, or the biggest, comic convention of the year. Now, yes, originally it was about comic books and comic book stuff, but now it's about movies as well, and Paramount knows better than to skip that for showcasing Sonic Movie 3. I mean, when else can they do this? You know? And number two, Deadpool and Wolverine. Sonic Movie 3 has to play before Deadpool and Wolverine comes out, because Paramount wants as many eyeballs to see this trailer. And we all know Deadpool and Wolverine is going to make over $1 billion in the box office. I mean, I am hyped for that movie. So expect to see Sonic Movie 3 teaser trailer before then. So I always knew this was going to happen. I don't know why fans have been so impatient about this movie trailer. Like, I mean, think about it, guys. Sonic Movie 2 trailer didn't come out until December, 4 months before Sonic Movie 2 came out. we're still going to get this technically earlier before the Sonic Movie 2 trailer that we got before. So, I mean, it's going to be 5 months before the movie comes out. But yeah, speaking of movie 3, one of the Sonic Movie 3 action figures in this listing is called Brass Knuckles. I wonder if this means that Knuckles will get his shovel claws in the movie. You know, shovel claws from Sonic Adventure 2. Take this with a grain of salt because we don't see anything, nothing has leaked. But that would be cool if Knuckles actually has gear, or any of the characters wear the type of gear that they had in the adventure games. To me, that'll be cool. And speaking of toys leaking, we all know about the McDonald's leak, and I say leak very loosely, with Super Sonic and Super Shadow. I don't know why people were thinking that's a leak. I mean, anybody who's played Sonic Adventure 2, you know Sonic and Shadow are going to turn super by the climax. Like, even if you never played the game, we had Super Sonic in Sonic Movie 2. It only makes sense to get Super Sonic again in Sonic Movie 3, and since Shadow is like Sonic, we're going to see a super form of Shadow too. So I don't know how some people consider that a spoiler. It's not. I'm not even talking about the storyboards that leaked. I'm just talking about just common sense for a Sonic fan. But yeah, anyway, let me address some of the things that I posted on my community post a while ago. First of all, Sonic Boom Season 3. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, yo, Gamer Guy, where did you get the source for this? Well, is it true? I don't believe it. Now, I said this is surprising, but it leaked from a very reputable source that Sonic Boom will be returning for a Season 3. I'm just as surprised as you are, guys. I never would have expected this at all. You know, it's not coming directly from me. I'm literally stating what I saw from a tweet, but the company has deleted that tweet and I didn't get the name of it. So I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, source, trust me, bro. And I totally understand that. This is coming out of left field. Sonic Boom revisited, but once it happens, just say I told you so. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now, guys. We don't have much news this time, but I just wanted to wrap up on some recent news we got. So what do you think about all this? Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about Sonic X Shadow Generations and when the story will take place for Shadow Generations? Do you think we're also going to play as Sonic in it? And also, do you think if Shadow Generations happens at the same time as Sonic Generations, do you think there's going to be a Sonic rival boss in that game? Similar to the Shadow rival boss in Sonic Generations? That'll be cool. It's going to be reminiscent of, you know, Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic 06, how you would play bosses from different characters' point of view and you would play the same boss. I mean, it was the same in Sonic Heroes as well as Sonic Adventure 1, so that would be cool. Also, what do you think about the Sonic Movie 3 teaser trailer that we're getting in July? Speaking of July, it marks the official 5th anniversary of Sonic Rebound, the IDW anime series that I direct. And yeah, I'm planning on having a official Japanese dub of the show, which will be coming soon in the fall. We're working on that. We're going to have some Japanese voice actors. Yeah, I've been saving a lot for this, but I really wanted to have Japanese dubbing for this series. And I've had a lot of fan requests on dubbing my show. There have been people that have dubbed it in Russian, obviously Spanish, Portuguese. Those are the main ones I can think of, but like there hasn't been any Japanese dubbing so far, and I really want to do that. So that's going to be posted on my channel when it's done. Also, episode 7, this is going to be a big episode, so stay tuned for that. You know, like I said, I'm planning on it coming out before Sonic X Shadow Generation, so just be patient. And yeah, this episode has double the amount of people working on it than the people that worked on the previous episode 6. This is going to have a lot. Diamond Cutters, Freedom Fighters, Robotropolis, Metal Virus, Shadow Androids, time traveling, alternate realities and dimensions. It's going to be the biggest and most intense episode of the series yet. I can't wait for you guys to see this. But yeah, that's all I got for now, guys. So take care. And until next time, I'm out.